VR has been taking the world by storm, but we at TWiT TV have always been convinced in the superiority of AR, which is why we're here at Vufine taking a look at perhaps the future, not just of AR, but of every Pokemon Go player in the world. I'm here standing with Daniel. Daniel, AR has gotten a big boost this last week, and products like the Vufine have really gotten a push. Tell me, what makes this so different than something like the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vive?
I think one of the biggest differences you see between our technology and a lot of the other stuff like Google Glass or Oculus or even like the HoloLens is that Vufine is basically just a little screen. So where all these people are trying to put like a smartphone on your face or a computer on your face is we actually just want to put a little monitor. We figure people already carry around as much tech as they need. Like you have your smartphone, which does so many things, and you're even seeing smart technology sort of export that ability into a pack. And so we're like, well, you already have the pack, so let's just utilize that as much as we can. And Vufine is just a little HDMI monitor, so anything that outputs HDMI, laptops, tablets, smartphones, drones are huge for us, as well as cameras. But most recently, yeah, with smartphones and AR, and we've been having a lot of fun playing Pokemon.
Now, I think you absolutely have touched on the big point of products like this, which is it's simple and it's unique in its simplicity. As you mentioned, there are many products out there in AR that are quite good, and they have a lot of functionality, but it's a cumbersome pack that you have to wear around your belt or in a backpack. You're leveraging the power of the computer that you already carry with you, and that's your smartphone. But do you lose any functionality in not having 15 different sensors built into the display?
I think in a certain sense you do. Is with Vufine, it's more for passive displays of information, things you need to see and that influence how you're physically acting, but you don't need to interact with directly. So with Pokemon Go, say you're looking for, you're trying to find that Bulbasaur, and you got 3 feet, and you're trying to get closer to him, and you end up walking around like this the whole way, and you're in traffic or wherever you are. With Vufine, you can be a lot more casual about it, keep your wits about you, have more situational awareness, and still see that information you need. And then once you get close to it, you can kind of pull over and then catch the Bulbasaur. Is what people might want, say, with like a Google Glass. I feel like I've been hearing a lot about Google Glass and that kind of thing. Is just actually walk around and then capture it through the device. And I think, for $1,600, maybe you'd want to have a little bit more than just Pokemon on the Google Glass. But with us, it builds out the functionality, and that's one of the reasons why cameras and drones are so big for us. Video feeds that we can monitor what you're doing and still perform the action.
It's interesting that you keep bringing up Pokemon, because when Google Glass came out, the big game was Ingress. And now there's Pokemon, which is from the same company. And I think people are actually starting to realize, you know what, it would be really useful to be able to see my screen without having to constantly look down, possibly step off of curbs in the traffic. But show me now, how does it work?
Okay, so if Vufine connects to your technology, depending on the phone, there will be some kind of adapter. Apple has a little Lightning adapter. Androids have a slim port and MHL. So you just plug it in. It connects with a magnetic docking station, so that way you can just pop it on and off. We never intended Vufine to live on your face, something like Google Glass, which had to be sort of socialized. As this, when you're using it, you pop it on and use it, and when you don't need it, you just take it off and pocket it. But it adjusts in and out like that, so you can line it up perfectly for yourself. Also a little bit below or above your line of sight. And for thinner frame glasses, we also have a different stabilizing unit, just because the weight of those things gets real thin. But we're currently working on a headband mount and a hat mount. So that way, if you don't wear glasses or you're a glasses wearer that's already converted to contacts or LASIK, you don't have to go back to the form factor.
And again, because it just uses HDMI input, it will work on any device. Any device that has HDMI out will be able to connect to this, and then I can see that video walking around, sitting, wherever it may be. What's next? Because obviously your company is going to get a lot of attention over the next couple of months. Where would you like to see Vufine in a year?
Oh, in a year? That's since Pokemon came out, I've just been sort of laser trained. But I think for us, we started with Kickstarter. We had 1,400 backers, and they gave us so much feedback, just things you couldn't beat. Anything from horseback riding to yoga. Obviously, drones and some of the more gadgety types went out. But now I think going into the AR gaming world a bit more, I think what you'll see is sort of Vufine pivot to sort of having a casual model maybe, and then a more professional model. So for us, like the prosumers, like the drones and the cinematographers, definitely have different needs than someone playing Pokemon Go or playing Ingress. And I think you'll see that sort of division. And for us, there are also a lot of business applications that we've had interest in, aviation mechanics, medical use to help regain some sight for macular degeneration. So we're kind of all over the place. Because it's such a simple device, the possibilities are endless. So for us, it's mostly to see what sticks the most and then how that technology will evolve. So I think the next 6 months, you'll see sort of the next year after that be planned out. As right now we're still sort of incubating and just getting it out there and figuring out exactly what people actually want. Because things like Google gave so much to people. It was like if the first cell phone was a smartphone. It would scare you, it would be too expensive, and it wouldn't work. But the idea is great. And I think we're ultimately building to that. And for us, we want to start just from a place of utility and work out from there.
Daniel, I love the idea of functionality through simplicity. If they wanted to find out more about the Vufine, if they wanted to maybe pick one up for themselves, where should they go?
Is right now, most of our sales are handled directly through our website at Vufine.com, where Vufine is available for $199. But for Bay Area folks, we're also available at the Beta Store in Palo Alto off of University. Same price there as well. And a few small hobby shops. So if you go anywhere in Santa Clara or San Jose that sells drones, we're probably there.
Daniel, thank you so very much for sharing your time with us. Vufine. A wild Vufine has appeared. Got to catch 'em all.